Hello, everyone. Aradhna Tiwari from Be the Change Group by Aradhna, founder of the page Be the Change. And whosoever is joining me, rejoining me again, hello again. And I'm here for your questions around stress, anxiety, and depression, which is called sadness. So I'm here waiting for you all to join in and for me to take your questions. Hello again. Hello, Mish. Thank you for being here. What else is possible? What gift can I be here today for everybody who's going through the depression, anxiety, and stress? I think anybody who comes here sees my face and anyways going to get out of the stress, anxiety, and depression with that such a big laughter. Hello, Harveen. Welcome, 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 welcome. How's you? How's your daughter? How's the space in the house? Any changes have you noticed, Harveen? Hello, Alka. Welcome, sweetheart. Hello, 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 Ritu. I'm actually watching on my phone. So, welcome, 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 each one of you. What's the question today? What are your questions today around? Anybody has stress, anxiety? Did you go through anything in the day? Was there any stress? Was there any anxiety in your worlds? Hello, Dilmeet. Welcome to this platform. Happy to see you here. Hello, Angela. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining in. So, any questions around stress, anxiety, and depression that you guys are holding? Because I think I have been saying a lot around it. For me, it's just a creation. Stress is a creation, and yet at the same time, I wanted to talk a little bit more around the hi Sandhya, welcome on the energies. Unless you have a question, guys, please ask me. Otherwise, you know how I keep talking. So, so it's also like sometimes we allow. All right, so awesome. I'll just wait for Harveen's answer. Yes, I have been able to have a dialogue with her. Wow, that's amazing, Harveen. So was it like, is it changing already? I'm happy to hear that. What is she comfortable? Is she receiving? So guys, when we start changing anything and anybody in our lives, and when we are getting affected by their sickness, by their stress, by their anxiety, or their depressions, you have to start looking in your world. What point of views do you have around stress, anxiety, and depression? How are you reacting towards it? What are your feedbacks to it? Because right now, a lot of stress, depression, and anxiety is around in the places in the world, and everybody is going through a tough time. And when you watch people, and people end up fighting because they think their other person is talking to you, but it's not about you. It's always about the other person talking about themselves. So don't buy it as yours. It's about them. It's not about you. Yes, I have been able to have a dialogue. So can I have a further feedback? Anything around that, Harveen? So so if I say more around it, is like when somebody's screaming, when somebody's stressed, when somebody's anxiety, I just want you guys to invite to a different space of you, the facilitators, who can change when you're around them. One, as I was just watching, and we were having this talk show around with Gunjan Amrit Kochhar. If you haven't watched, please go back on my page and watch it. It is beautiful and it has amazing nuggets to hold on to. So please watch it again. And if you haven't, so it's also this how you breathe, how you be, how you how you react to that really makes a difference. So if you be around not with the panic, and if you actually let your barriers down, let all your thinking, all your panic go down, you can change, bring a change in their world. And even if that still does not make them choose, it's okay. Again, I would repeat that today. They do have a choice. So when you being you are just being there calmly standing and asking what is going in their world, you will have an awareness in your world that what is going on. And you can be like, okay, whatever space, you don't have to say, think, do anything. Just ask, what space can I be? Maybe you're just a simple smile, just holding a hand, or just being around them is changing them. So do not get panic. And especially, these days, I was watching somebody, and that person is screaming and using, and it was not about me. And I'm like looking at that person, I'm like, wow, what all is going behind this? So it's like for 10 seconds I do get into people's universes, and that's a new choice I have made of actually walking out of everybody's universes, because I go into everybody's universe like this. Like, I see you and I'm there. I talk to you and I'm there. And then I get to L. So now new exercises that I get it, but then I walk out of it. So, but what happens with you guys is you get it and you stay there. I have been doing that until yesterday. I've been present with on and off, but yes, I have been very aggressively present with it. That everything that is going in anybody's world, I just watch it, and whatever I have to contribute, whether with my smile, whether with my prayer, whether with my vibration, whether with whatever, and just by saying that whatever this person requires, I'm choosing to gift, I just move out of it, because that's my aggressive presence with myself, that I am not going to give up my joy. I'm not going to give up my happiness. Even the other person chooses to cry, die, live, or not live. So that is your demand yourself. And that probably might still become an invitation, as I repeated that day also. But your giving up on yourself will not. So, one that whatever is happening in the universe, and if they are telling that about you, it is not about you guys. Remember, that is one thing. If you take anything from here, do take that. Anybody talking to you is only talking about themselves. They are never, never, never talking about you. They are talking from their space. You can only judge others when you can judge yourself. Hope that you remember that. Here she is. Slowly, her sleep patterns are erratic, getting up when I sleep. Awesome. So, what space can you be, Harveen, for her? And what if you can actually send her what she requires when she was born, what she required of you, whatever with the working pattern, whatever the attention she's craving for? What if you energetically just tell her that whatever you require, and you know how a mom is, how a mom can send that vibration, just that thought of making a child sleep in the night. What if you can be that energy for her and see what how it shows up? Good evening, Indrajit. Welcome. She's eating a lot and has put on a lot of weight. Yes, because there is an insecurity in her world. That's why I probably just said that, what I said, that there is an insecurity. There is a, so what insecurity in your world can you change? And what, as a mother, as a, I mean, you're an individual, Harveen. You don't have to be always a mother, but as a mother, if it's coming in your proximity, what do you have to change in your world? What is she eating for? Because what she's avoiding some awareness, and there's some kind of insecurity in her world. So just when you're around, what can how can you heal her insecurity? What can you be for her? Just be in that question, and you will have her awareness, and you can just keep sending just by asking. Okay, I send. Just saying this, I send her whatever she requires, might start changing her patterns. How does one overcome trauma of the past event, like the other day when a 12-year boy was in a depression? This possibly could be a past event. So, one, if the past, it is not past, it is right here, because if the person is holding it now, it, what is that person requires of you? If you are in around that person, in the jeet, if that 12-year child is, ask in your world, what does that child requires of you? So I don't know if how many of you from the access background, but if they are anyway, and it's not must for you to be there, but if you are from the access background, do run their bars. And if that person is audible and you can talk to that person, ask what is the value of holding, and is that even the depression of that child, or is it of somebody else? And ask childlessly, who does it belong to? Hey, what do you think? Who does it? Is it even yours? And kids are much more smarter. They would not put your head into it. They will just like yes or no. And that might bring up awareness to them. And is it serving you now? Like whatever we hold from our childhood until now, is it serving you guys? If your mom said so and so thing in your childhood, you're still holding it hard. And how much of that revenge are you still taking from her? Like you're even manipulating yourself that you're taking revenge from her and you don't even know that. And how much of that anger you're applying on your own bodies. So, that is one, the day one, I had been giving this exercise ever since I've been on this platform to you guys, that relax, receive, and release. Relax, receive, and release. Because you just relax yourself and go to every point of the memory you had as your kid, and then kind of keep releasing it. So, the Kid was not talking to anyone. Yeah, so when the kid is not talking, if that person is child is coming in your universe again and again, what in you are you holding in the Jeet in your universe? What can you release in your universe that can contribute to him? And and just keep asking, what contribution can I be to him? What can I gift him right now, energetically? We if you trust it, you will change it. And then choosing for that person is his or her choice. But that person is coming in your universe because it's gifting you something. So if you be that, like how Harveen started, because her daughter didn't want to do that, but she started energetically talking, and she went, and now she's at least able to talk to her one step at one go. And what if you be that energy and you start asking, are you willing to believe and trust in it that it's going to change, or have you already concluded that it cannot change or something drastic has to be done? That is when I'm saying that you first get relaxed, be at ease, put your barriers down like this, and just keep doing this. For now also, wherever you are, if you do this, you can sense in your body the movement, and just keep your thinking, your movements, and your pressures down. First, relax. What are they gifting you that you aren't receiving? So, once you relax, you will know it. And that's when you can change. You can only change by being you. You can be smiling, you can be holding hand, you can be laughing, you can be calmly sitting down with them. What is it? What so or and maybe they're gifting you something to release. So Indrajit, wonder what that gift is for you. Everywhere, whatever the past rights and wrongs you're holding, maybe you give up, maybe that child changes. Generally, depression, as I told you earlier, also that because of the two things. One is because either they have seen somebody around who's depressed, maybe the parents, or they have picked up their depression, or the family or somebody, or they are manipulating you for the attention. So ask, is it manipulation? Is it um, attention? What is it? And you will get lightness. And nothing is wrong and right. If it's a manipulation, what is beyond manipulation? So everything changes only by question. And how do you know? Because you think that we cannot know. You have concluded we do not know. Give up that conclusion, because your point of view, whatever you think, what you will say, creates your reality. It is that quick. Whatever you say, you create it. If you say I don't know, you will never know. So I didn't become a facilitator just by not knowing it. The more I acknowledged that I know it, I started trusting my knowing. The more I could talk to you guys and come here and give my feedback on it. So every one of you know it. So start trusting your knowing. What if it's not time to trust your own knowing? And whether it's like a feather touch, you know it, and be willing to wrong and fail. The biggest failure, the biggest scare of getting into these anxieties and stresses and depressions is because you do not want to fail. And whose failure are you talking about, guys? So unless you will not fall, how would you learn to walk? How do you learn bicycle? Even if you falls one, it's okay, right? Some people are very lucky you don't even fall once, but that's okay. I mean, you have to experience everything in life. What if it's just an experience and fun? As we were just talking in the talk show that, certain time things look like everything is falling apart and nothing is in your hands. And when you move forward, that was such a gift in your life. So everything is an awareness. What awareness is that? And other very big thing I would really like to say that is, you cannot change anyone. You cannot change anybody. You cannot heal anybody. You can only change you, and you can only heal you. The world can move when you are willing to move. Otherwise, the world will look stable, it'll look stagnant, and nothing can change. The only person you can change is you. When you change your point of view, when you change your reactions to things around you, will start changing like magic and miracles. So we all do these things because we want to change other person's world, and we don't want to change us, we want to change everybody else. And the other thing comes up is, why is it I am changing all the time? Why is the other person not changing? Because they have a choice. Is your life becoming better, or holding that anger and manipulation is making your life better or worse is your choice. Can we reverse sad to dash, determination, attitude, and strength? Sure. Sure, Das. I'm not going to be Das, or I'm not going to be sad. I'm going to change it to laughter for sure. Everybody has a choice. Determination, attitude, and strength. So, what if you don't? Define it what it is. What if it can be what brings joy to you? Does it bring joy to you? Well and good. If sadness, to my, I would not even say sadness is wrong. I just say if sadness is bringing you joy, be sad. It's just a choice. For me, everything is a choice in life. You can be and you can be lying down in your bed for 2 days and crying and howling. That's a choice. You can be getting up and dancing and jumping in your bed. That's a choice, just a choice away. And it's what you're prioritizing in your life. For me, my priority is my happiness, my ease, my joy. Anything I do be now is like, is it bringing me happiness? Is it bringing me joy? Is it bringing me ease? If it's not priority, if I do not have these three things, I do not choose. What come whatsoever. I would not like to meet people. I would not like to go to party. I would not like to take any action if it is not ease. If it is not, it doesn't make me happy. It doesn't make me joyful. I would not be in that space. It's just a choice. So, what choice can you make today that can actually bring joy to you? So, you have to first have a clarity and prioritize what you require in your life, truly, what you desire in your life. Do you really desire happiness, joy? And then, when you really desire happiness and joy, nobody can come in between. And the moment you're sad, give up that thing, stop doing it. Maybe you're married, maybe you have kids, maybe you're doing anything, stop. And that's the only word I have to give. STOP, stop. You have a choice. I always look at the things. Tomorrow, if I die, would these things not happen? They will still happen. There will be a different way. So they can still find a different way. If it doesn't make me happy, I'm not doing it. I am different. Hello, Sangeeta. I love the energy you show us how everything is easy if we choose it. Yes. Because Alka, I have ease as my priority and joy as my priority. As I just said, joy, happiness, and ease is my priorities that have been going for a while now. And everything I choose, I be, and I'm like, is it making me happy? Is it making me joyful? No, cut it out. And I have done enough, been there enough, and that was then, and I don't have any regrets on what I was and I was being, and that also brought me joy. Sometimes keeping other people brings a lot of joy to me. I prioritize people in front of me, but then I don't complain about it. That what did they say back to me? What did happen to me? Because it was my choice. So no choices of yours is ever wrong or right. They just are choices. So what if you can have a back? How you can back up your choices? Because we're not being taught to be selfish. As one of my friends from Access, she says, selfish is selfish, and I totally love her. I remember we were on, I think on the Be the Change thing only, and she just termed selfish to selfish. So I was like, wow, that's so beautifully termed it. And I since then I'm like, start having selfish. And selfish can be only mesmerizing, kind, loving, caring. And you look behind, it's like how money has been a created reality, how stress, depression, and anxiety was not there existed. Like when I was growing up, I did not know this as a disease. Stress, anxiety, and depressions never existed in our lives. So if it could be then that it didn't exist, why do have, I mean, what makes me choose it now? It's not it's not my lifeline. This is not how I am supposed to live. If too much of pressure, if too much of my lifestyle is giving me that pressure, and it's creating me stress, anxiety, I'd rather not have that lifestyle. I would rather choose something else. For me, again, priority is joy, happiness, and peace. Your spreading joy to others is the message to all of us to adopt in our lives, truly. So I don't thanks for saying that, Indrajit, and what will it take for everybody to actually imbibe that? But my joy is not, I'm not joyful to make others joyful, I'm joyful to make myself joyful. This is how I stay, and I if that is an invitation, I definitely invite you all to this space. It is amazing, it is fun, it is joyful, and I just love it. It's like, how you've seen me, guys, with the sad call. And it's not that I don't go through my ups and downs and I don't go through my this reality shit, which is like, I also have my financial issues. I also have my personal issues. I also have my relationship issues. Those are all issues because issues are what? That people gift you. And I don't anymore receive it. I'm like, what is my reality with this? What would I like to choose here? So I get into question. For me, life is now become a question. Everything around me is a question, and I ask for awarenesses and whatever shows up, and then I'm like, no, I'm demanding. I'm like a little naughty kid. This is my demand. I'm not choosing this. Come whatsoever. I will not give up my happiness. I will not give up my choice. I will not give my ease. And what else is possible? So, if that really contributes, I'm more than happy. I would love to have more happy, joyful people around me. If you want to be around me, you have to be this energy. I'm happy to introduce. I mean, be with you for the sad people also for a while. And I've been there, done that enough, and now I'm not choosing to be there. I mean, you're not wrong. You're not right. You're just different. So, are you willing to be that different? And are you willing to change people's world by being you? My one thing I always say, please do not give up yourself. This is one life, this body. People will forget you in 10 days. They will only say that, oh, Aradhana was a nice girl, this was this, or she's a bad shit girl. Few will say some, few will say some. But just for that remembrance, I should not enjoy it, does not work for me. I have to make the most of my life and living how I want to live. So have you even checked ever how you want to live? What is your priority? What is your lifestyle? What is your true life that you want to live? If it was not living from the judgments of other, what would you like to live? So write it down, sit with it. It's a task. I took 3 years to get into what do I truly desire to live? What is my energy of my life? What would my life like to look like? And there were a lot of moments where I actually felt that I will not be able to choose it. I cannot do it, and I cannot do it. And then I remembered my point of view is creating my reality. If I'm telling that to myself, I cannot do it, I will never be able to do it. So I be present with myself all the time. Okay, I'm saying that, stop. I'm doing it. I'm choosing it. So just that. Being myself seemed so difficult only to realize I was not willing to be judged. Yeah. Underlying factor for everything Alka comes is we are not willing to be judged. That's what it's, like you have a certain standard. If you move out of the house, you have to move in such a standard. How you greet people, what you teach, tell people, how you present yourself in the people. If that is creating anxiety in the world, why the hell do you have to meet people? Yeah, don't meet them. People who are judging you for what you're wearing, what you're being, good luck. I mean, I always say their loss, not my loss. I'm here. I'm available. Who loves me, come. Who doesn't, is most welcome to go. There's so much of a population around the world. You can be with anybody, and I'm willing to be alone. That was another thing that I never wanted to be. I hated being alone because I love people. But now I have acknowledged and I'm happy to be alone. I think Corona gifted me that I'm really happy to be alone. I love my world. I love myself. I'm very joyful. As long as people are contributing to my joy and laughter, they're most welcome to my life. Else, bye bye. So choose, prioritize yourself, and wonder what that gift can be. Any other questions before I leave? And tomorrow is the last. Hello, Ramona. Thank you for joining me, sweetheart. So, tomorrow is the last day for me being here at 8 for this sad. So, anybody left with stress, anxiety, depression, any questions, anybody you know who's going through, wants to come and ask and check, is most welcome. Otherwise, you're most welcome to come and have a private sessions with me, join my classes, my workshops, or attend my live which I do on Insta every morning at 11 a.m. I'm on the Insta live. It's Be the Change by Aradhana. If anybody wants to join in, most happy to join in. And I take a question every morning to introspect myself, which I play and I let the world play. And I give my thing on it. And if anybody has a question, I always take that. So you're most welcome to join me up there. Hello, 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 Ramona. Thank you for joining in. Please delete the duplicate, open up about. What do you mean? Please delete the duplicate. Open up about. I didn't get that. And Indajit, I didn't get that, what it meant. The kid in you is what makes us open up about what we want to open up about. Yes. So invite the kid in you. It's still there. And I think, guys, I'm coming with another seminar, which we'll put it here. Probably I'll let you know tomorrow, which is around the kid. I'm coming on a webinar, but that's a paid webinar on the 24th or the 25th around the kids. And I also did one of the Insta live around kids if you want to know more around that. And there's a lot of stuff on the YouTube of Be the Change available on money, on relationships, on everything. So you can go watch it. And thank you so much for each of us, you joining in here. Any last questions tomorrow around this topic? And after that, please choose different, unless you really want to choose to be sad. That's just an invitation. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for being here, and hope to see you tomorrow again. Bye bye. Thank you, Harveen. Thanks, Indrajit.